Hey guys, it's Lexi, and today I am going to be filming my, oh my gosh, my brush I keep showing. I'm going to be filming my freshman advice / experience video for you guys. Yes, I know I look like I'm 7, but I'm actually going into my sophomore year of high school, so I just finished freshman year, so I'm going to give some tips and answer some questions that you guys had about it. And as you can see, I'm in my Q&A filming spot, even though this isn't really a Q&A, but I just thought I should have some brick in the background, because, you know, schools are normally made out of brick, and it just made sense to me. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is your very first day of school. A lot of schools do an orientation on the first day. Mine did, but it didn't really help that much. All they said basically was just don't bully each other, which you've probably heard a lot of times, but don't bully each other. But on the first day, I would definitely recommend wearing an outfit that you really like and that you're confident in. I would say don't wear something too over the top unless you really feel comfortable in it. Like, if you don't normally wear super fancy dresses, I wouldn't recommend wearing that on your first day. Just wear an everyday outfit that you think is cute, and then you'll be good to go. I wore like a cute little Brandy Melville shirt, some jeans, and some shoes, just like plain sneakers, and that was an outfit that I liked. And my first day of school personally didn't go that well because I dropped my phone in the toilet. Very important, do not ever have your phone in your back pocket. You will regret it. And as for your first day and getting around, there's no need to worry. I know a lot of people were scared that they would get lost in the school. That's a very normal worry, but there's actually a lot of upperclassmen and teachers in the hallway who are there to redirect you and help answer questions. So you won't sound stupid or anything if you don't know where a class is. I definitely didn't know where a few classes were. I would recommend putting your schedule as your phone lock screen. I know you've probably heard this in a lot of back to school life hack videos, but if you just put it as your lock screen, that way you'll be able to just easily look at it and see where your classes are without even turning on your phone. And another important tip, since you are a freshman, I would say don't go in acting like you're the biggest and baddest person in the school, like you're so cool now that you're in high school. And this kind of just goes for everyone. You don't want to be super obnoxious, because the sad truth of the matter is most of the other grades hate freshmen. I don't hate freshmen because I was just a freshman, and I'm not gonna hate on you guys, but basically at pep rallies and stuff, people would boo at the freshmen just because it's kind of the thing to do for no specific reason except that you are a freshman. So I would say just kind of act cool about it. And a lot of people were asking what the most needed school supplies are, and obviously it's going to be different from school to school, but my most needed school supplies that definitely helped me out were having just a binder, a bag with pencils and erasers, and also I would say have some notebook paper because you never know when you're going to need that, maybe a pen to correct papers. But most schools will release a school supply list, or teachers will tell you exactly what you need. A lot of them require spiral or composition notebooks, almost always in college rules. And a lot of people were also asking how to get to class fast and avoid being late because they're scared that they're going to get a bunch of tardies and stuff like that. And your schools normally know how much time it'll take to go from class to class, no matter how far they are, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. The first few weeks, usually schools will not count the tardies just because they know people are still figuring out where to go and how to move. And don't go to the bathroom or your locker during passing periods because you really won't have time for it. I know I never did, I just had to rush to class. And another important thing about lockers, don't get locker decorations. I made the mistake of spending a bunch of money getting locker decorations because you are at your locker for 0.2 seconds a day, if that. And I got a ton of questions about how to keep your grades up high and studying tips. High school, in all honesty, is not that different from middle school. It's maybe a tad bit harder, and then you have older kids around you, and some people are 20 in high school. I don't know how they're still in high school, but the thing is you just have to learn what will work for you. Set aside time for studying, maybe meet with study groups. I think that freshman year is definitely the easiest year of high school, so enjoy it while it lasts. For me, it wasn't that much harder than 8th grade, so I think it should be fine. They kind of give you a bit of legroom your first year since they know you're still adjusting. Most classes are not too hard. I did take one AP class, and there were some hard tests, but they would curve the test, so you won't have to worry about it too much. And also, if there is extra credit in your classes, do the extra credit because not all teachers offer extra credit, and if you have the opportunity to do it, definitely take it. Also, somebody asked how to stay off your teacher's bad side. Now, there's nothing really special you have to do. I would just say be quiet in class, do your work, don't shout out and interrupt them, and it's pretty simple. A lot of my teachers, I felt they didn't necessarily like me, but they were okay with me because I would kind of just be quiet in all their classes. I'm really shy in person, if you know me. Now moving on to kind of the most important topic. I'm sure a lot of people were wondering, all about friends, drama, peer pressure, drugs, alcohol. I know for a lot of people, once you enter high school, your friend groups completely change, and sometimes you'll get in fights and drama with friends who act different all of a sudden now that you're in school. And I would say it's just a part of life. Luckily, I don't think I lost too many friends or any friends. I was pretty lucky about that. But if you do lose friends, just know it's for the best. I would say try not to involve yourself in drama. Like if somebody is giving you a bunch of negative vibes and is always picking fights, try and slowly cut them out so that you don't have that negativity in your life. And also if somebody's pressuring you into doing something that you don't want to do, they aren't your friend, plain and simple. In my middle school, there were drugs and alcohol, but in high school, it's definitely a lot more drugs and alcohol and peer pressure. Now, I know everyone has sort of different opinions on this topic. I'm not going to stop being friends with someone just because they like drink or something. I think if you can keep that separate from your school life and just stay on track, then I think that's totally fine. What I don't think is fine is when people are pressuring others into doing it. Just know you can always say no. It's your right to your body. In high school, there's definitely a lot more people who are into that sort of stuff. In one of my classes, this one kid was smoking literally at the back of the class. I don't know how he got away with that. Just be prepared to see that and know how to deal with it. You may not personally be into that stuff, but it's always good to just set boundaries and know your limits and know what you are willing to do and what you aren't willing to do, and just stick by that. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, going back to making friends. Actually, I don't even know if I talked about that, but one very important way to make friends is by joining clubs, joining groups, joining any sort of organizations that you are interested in. I think that's the biggest mistake I made freshman year. I joined 0 clubs at all, so it was kind of hard for me to branch out and make new friends. But just joining things and just being near people, that will help you get a lot of new friends. And somebody was asking how to deal with like people at school finding out about your channel. I'm pretty sure a good majority of my grade knew about it, and then there were like seniors and juniors and sophomores, all sorts of people who knew about my channel. And sometimes like during lunch or something, people would come up to me and like ask me about it. It's a tad bit awkward at times, but I just try to like play it off. People who are negative about it, I just sort of just ignore them and not really care what they say. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is just how freshman year was for me in general. Overall, it wasn't too bad, too big of a change from middle school. One thing that I really struggled with that year was my skin got so bad. Like, I don't know, I'm guessing a lot of people noticed, but like my skin was started breaking out so bad like the first week of freshman year. And then throughout that year, I struggled with like a lot of acne. Luckily, I've sort of found a routine that helps me stay pretty clear. I mean, my skin is still not perfect. I just think it's important to remember that at this time, hormones are aging and a lot of people will have acne and they won't really care what's on your face. They're too busy worrying about what's on their face. I know I was like that at least. Like if someone else had acne, it didn't matter to me. It wasn't like a factor in our friendship or anything like that. I sort of just didn't even notice or didn't even care because I was too worried about dealing with my own skin issues. So just remember that you're worried about it a lot more than anyone else is, and it's not that big of a deal, and you will get through it, I promise that. But besides a few sort of like bumps in the road, freshman year was not too bad. It was not near as scary as I expected. It's not that different from middle school. So I think I covered a lot of the main topics in this video. If I did forget anything, because I'm probably leaving out at least one thing, feel free to comment any questions or things you were wondering down below, and I will try and reply to a ton of them. Hopefully this video helped you if you are going into freshman year, but if you're in like 6th or 7th, 8th grade, going into any of those grades, or even elementary school, you can always just like save this video and come back to it, or just watch it for some school tips in general, you know. But hopefully this helped at least one person out there. I hope you guys have an amazing freshman school year. As much as I hate school, I hope you have an amazing school year. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon, and my next video may or may not be a huge back to school giveaway. I don't know. Bye guys. I can't